In part. Partly. The success was due in part to funding. In perspective. Considering things sensibly. Seeing the results in perspective helped avoid panic. In place. Established or correct position. The safety protocols were in place before experiments. In principle. Agree with an idea though not details. In principle, renewable energy is preferable to fossil fuels. In proportion to. Changes to same degree as another. The dosage of medication should be in proportion to the patient's weight. In retrospect. Thinking now about something in the past. In retrospect, the experimental design could have been simplified to reduce errors. In SB's words, phrase. Used when you repeat what someone said. In the professor's words, science thrives on curiosity. In that phrase. Because of or for this reason. The sample was discarded, in that it failed to meet safety standards. In the background. Not noticeable. Critical processes continued in the background during analysis. In the blink of an eye. Extremely quickly. The chemical reaction completed in the blink of an eye. In the blink of an eye. Extremely quickly. The chemical reaction occurred in the blink of an eye. In the blink of an eye, idiom. Extremely quickly. The chemical reaction completed in the blink of an eye. In the dark. Not knowing about something because others are not telling you. Many employees were in the dark about the new lab safety protocols. In the dark, idiom. Not knowing about something because other people are not telling you. The junior scientists were kept in the dark about the controversial results. In the face of STH, a idiom. While having to deal with a difficult situation or problem. The team continued their research in the face of limited funding. In the interests of STH. To achieve a particular outcome. In the interests of safety, the laboratory restricted access to hazardous chemicals. In the name of STH. Done to support or justify something. Violence committed in the name of ideology is condemned. In the process. Second thing happens as result. In the process of painting, he spilled some paint on the floor. In the red. When spending exceeds available money. The lab was in the red after unexpected expenses for equipment repairs. In the vicinity of STH, phrase. In the area near a place. A new weather station was installed in the vicinity of the glacier. In your mind's eye. In your imagination. The engineer visualized the design in his mind's eye. In your mind's eye. In your imagination or memory. In his mind's eye, he visualized the molecular structure before modeling it on the computer. In out of print. Book availability. The classic novel is still in print after 50 years. Incentive, countable and countable or singular noun. Something that encourages you to act in a particular way. Financial grants provide an incentive for researchers to publish their findings. Inclination, countable and countable or singular noun. A feeling that you want to do something. He had an inclination to pursue biochemistry over physics. Inclined to do STH. Often behaving in a particular way. The team members were inclined to double-check every measurement before recording. Inclined to do STH. Having a tendency or preference to do something. Children are often inclined to mimic behaviors they observe in adults. Inconceivable. Impossible to imagine. It is inconceivable that the Earth could support life without an atmosphere. Inconsiderate. Not caring about other people's feelings or situations. Leaving loud music playing at night is inconsiderate to neighbors. Incorporate. To include something as part of a larger whole. The new software update incorporates enhanced security features. Incur. To become subject to something unwelcome such as costs or penalties. Companies may incur fines for violating environmental regulations. Incurable. Impossible to cure. Certain genetic disorders remain incurable despite advances in medicine. Indeed, more. Used to add emphasis or support to a previous statement. The results were significant indeed, confirming the hypothesis. Indefinitely. For a period of time with no fixed end. The construction project was postponed indefinitely due to funding issues. Indication, intention. A sign showing what someone intends or plans to do. Rising sea levels are an indication of ongoing climate change. Indicator. Something that shows the state or level of a situation. Blood pressure is an important indicator of cardiovascular health. Indifference. Lack of interest, concern, or opinion. Public indifference to recycling hampers environmental protection efforts. Indifferent. Not caring or interested in something. He was indifferent to the latest technological trends in his field. Indirect, not obvious. Done or caused in a way that is not immediately noticeable. Air pollution has an indirect effect on human health through ecosystem changes. Indispensable. Completely necessary. Water is indispensable for all known forms of life. Indisputable. Obvious and certainly true. The Earth revolves around the Sun is an indisputable scientific fact. Individual, special. A person with particular characteristics. Each individual has unique genetic markers that distinguish them. Individuality. The quality of being distinct from others. The museum celebrated the individuality of artists through a diverse exhibition. Indulge someone else. To allow someone else to do or have whatever they want. Parents sometimes indulge their children with extra privileges. Indulge yourself. To allow oneself to enjoy something. People may indulge themselves with a treat after completing a difficult task. Industrious. Habitually hardworking. Industrious students tend to achieve higher academic results. Inequality. A situation in which some groups have more advantages than others. Income inequality can affect access to healthcare and education. Inexplicable. So strange or unusual that you cannot understand or explain it. The sudden disappearance of the documents was completely inexplicable. Infancy. The earliest stage of life or development. Human speech development occurs primarily during infancy. Infant. A baby or very young child. Infants require constant care and attention for healthy growth. Infect, place substance. To cause a place wound or substance to contain harmful microorganisms. Unsanitary water can infect a community with bacteria. Infectious, disease. A disease that can be transmitted from one person to another. Measles is a highly infectious disease preventable by vaccination. Infectious, laugh. Laughter or emotions that spread quickly to others. Her infectious laughter caused everyone in the room to smile. Infer. To deduce or conclude from evidence. Scientists infer climate patterns from tree ring analysis. Inferior. Someone considered less important than others. Workers who feel inferior may struggle with low confidence in professional settings. Inferiority. The state of being less good or important. Inferiority complexes can affect mental health and social interactions. Infinite. Extremely large or limitless. The universe is often described as infinite in space and time. Infinitely. To a very great degree. Time and space are considered infinitely vast in cosmology. Influx. The arrival of many people or things at once. The city experienced an influx of tourists during the festival season. Inhabit. To live in a place. Humans inhabit all continents except Antarctica permanently. Inherent. Existing as a natural and essential part of something. Water's solvent properties are inherent to its molecular structure. Inherit, from dead person. To receive possessions or money from someone after death. She will inherit her grandmother's estate when she turns 30. Inherit, quality. To receive physical or mental characteristics from parents. Children may inherit their eye color from their parents. Inheritance. Money or possessions received from someone after death. Inheritance laws regulate the distribution of estates to heirs. Inhibition. A feeling of embarrassment or worry that prevents action. Social inhibitions can hinder people from speaking in public. Inhuman. Extremely cruel. Inhuman treatment of prisoners is prohibited under international law. Initiate. To begin or cause to start. The government initiated a new program to improve public healthcare. Injection, drug. The act of introducing a drug into the body using a needle. The nurse administered an injection of the vaccine to the patient. Injection, money. A large amount of money provided for support or development. The government provided an injection of funds to support the struggling industries. Innate. A quality or ability present from birth. Humans have an innate ability to recognize faces. Innocence, lack of experience. Lack of life experience or knowledge of bad things. Children's innocence makes them trusting of others. Innocent, not intended to harm. Not intending to cause harm. The experiment was designed to be completely innocent with no risk to participants. Innumerable. Too many to count. The night sky contains innumerable stars visible with a telescope. Inquiry, asking questions. The process of asking questions to get information. Scientific inquiry often begins with asking questions about observed phenomena. Inquiry, process. An official process to discover the facts about something bad that has happened. The government launched an inquiry into the causes of the industrial accident. Insane, ILL. Seriously mentally ill. People with untreated severe schizophrenia may display behaviors considered insane by lay observers. Insecure, not safe. Not safe or protected. The building was deemed insecure due to structural damage after the earthquake. Insecurity. Lack of confidence or feeling unsafe. Financial insecurity can affect mental health and decision-making. Inseparable, friends. People always together because they are such good friends. The twins were inseparable during their early school years. Inseparable, things. Two things so closely connected they cannot be considered separately. Water and oxygen molecules are inseparable in forming H2O. Inside information knowledge. Information known only by members of a group or organization. Traders must avoid using inside information to comply with stock market regulations. Inside, time. In less than a particular length of time. The medication takes effect inside 20 minutes. Insofar as. To the degree that insofar as data is available. The experiment confirms the hypothesis. Insomnia. Difficulty in sleeping. Chronic insomnia can lead to serious health issues including cardiovascular problems. Inspection, examination. Careful examination of something. Quality inspectors perform a daily inspection of the manufacturing line. Inspiration, good idea. A sudden good idea about what to do. The design was inspired by the architecture of ancient temples. Instinct. Natural way of reacting without thinking. Many animals rely on instinct to find food and avoid predators. Institution, tradition. A long-established custom. Marriage is considered a social institution in many cultures. Instruct, teach. To teach someone about something. The professor instructed the students in laboratory safety procedures. Instruction, teaching, training. The activity of teaching or the information taught. The manual provides clear instruction on assembling the device. Instruction, tell. Something someone tells you to do. The teacher gave precise instruction to complete the experiment safely. Instrument, for achieving something. Someone or something used to achieve a goal. Satellites are instruments for observing climate change from space. Intact. Not damaged or destroyed. Despite the storm, the ancient manuscript remained intact. Integrity. Honesty and ability to act morally correctly. Scientific research relies heavily on the integrity of data collection. Intellect. Ability to learn, understand, and form judgments. Einstein's intellect allowed him to develop the theory of relativity. Intellectual. Someone who enjoys studying and thinking about complex ideas. The conference attracted leading intellectuals in the field of neuroscience. Intellectual, interested in ideas. Interested in learning and thinking about complex ideas. Intellectual students enjoy debating philosophical topics. Intellectually. Relating to thinking and understanding. Chess players are intellectually engaged when planning moves. Intense, serious. Very serious with strong emotions or opinions. Intense competition drives athletes to train harder. Intensely, seriously. With strong serious emotions. The researcher was intensely focused on completing the experiment. Intensely, very. Extremely. The experiment was intensely monitored to ensure accurate results. Intensify. To become greater, more serious, or to make something so. Climate change can intensify extreme weather events. Intensity. The quality of being strongly felt or having a strong effect. The intensity of light affects photosynthesis in plants. Intent, plan. Having a desire and plan to do something. He was intent on finishing his research before the deadline. Interest, advantage. Something that gives someone an advantage. It is in the public interest to ensure clean drinking water. Interference, electronic signal. Noise or signals that prevent good pictures or sound. Radio interference can distort the signal and reduce transmission quality. Interim. Temporary until something permanent exists. An interim report was issued while the full investigation continued. Interpretation, explanation. An explanation or opinion of what something means. The scientist provided an interpretation of the experimental data. Interpretation, story and music. The way someone performs a play or piece of music. The pianist's interpretation of Beethoven's sonata was widely praised. Interval, time. A period between two actions or events. The experiment measured temperature at 10-minute intervals. Intervene. To become involved to stop a problem or conflict. Doctors must intervene immediately in cases of acute heart failure. Intervention. Action of intervening especially to influence outcomes. Government intervention helped stabilize the economic crisis. Intimate, private. Private and personal. The diary contained intimate details about the author's daily life. Intimate, relationship. Having a special relationship with someone you like or love. They shared an intimate friendship based on mutual trust. Intimate, small. Small in a way that feels comfortable or private. The cafe had an intimate atmosphere suitable for quiet discussions. Into the bargain. As well as everything else. The upgrade improved accuracy and reduced latency into the bargain. Into the bargain. As well as everything else. The software comes with free tutorials into the bargain. Intolerable. Too bad or unpleasant to deal with or accept. The heat in the desert became intolerable after several hours without water. Intolerance. Refusal to accept differences in opinions, beliefs, or customs. Religious intolerance can lead to social conflict and discrimination. Intolerant. Refusing to accept any differing opinions, beliefs, or customs. Some people are intolerant of new scientific ideas that challenge traditional views. Intriguing. Very interesting. The discovery of microbial life on extreme environments is scientifically intriguing. Intrinsic. A quality forming part of the basic character of something. Water's intrinsic property of cohesion allows it to form droplets. Introduce, to an audience. To tell an audience who is going to speak or perform. The professor introduced the keynote speaker at the conference. Introvert. Someone quiet and shy who prefers to be alone. Introverts often need solitary time to recharge after social interactions. Intrude. To become involved in a situation people want to be private. Journalists must avoid intruding on private family matters. Intruder, crime. Someone entering a place illegally. Security systems are designed to detect any intruder in restricted areas. Intruder, not wanted. Someone entering a place or situation where they are not wanted. Unwanted intruders can disrupt sensitive experiments in laboratories. Intrusion. When someone becomes involved in a situation people want private. Digital encryption protects against intrusion into personal communications. Intuition. Feeling that you know something without being able to explain why. Many scientists use intuition to form initial hypotheses before testing them. Invade privacy. To become involved in someone's private life without consent. Social media platforms must avoid invading users' privacy. Invade privacy. Become involved in private life. Social media can easily invade a person's privacy. Invade, become involved. To become part of someone's life without their consent. Cyber attackers can invade networks to steal sensitive data.